the wolf method. Have you ever noticed something strange? You can find lions in circuses, elephants, horses, bears, even tigers. But there's one animal you almost never see performing tricks in a circus: the wolf. Why? Because a wolf can be trained, but it can never be fully controlled. And that's where today's lesson begins. Because in a world where everyone is trying to fit in, obey, and follow the crowd, the wolf survives by staying true to its nature. And maybe that's exactly what most people need to learn. Most people live like trained animals. They follow routines they hate. They chase goals they don't care about. They spend years trying to become what others expect them to be. And slowly, without realizing it, they lose something important: their independence. The wolf is different. A wolf doesn't ask for permission to be a wolf. It doesn't wait for approval. It doesn't change its nature just because the pack wants something else. And that's the first lesson of the wolf method. Know who you are. Not who social media wants you to be. Not who your friends want you to be. Not who strangers expect you to be. You. Because the moment you stop living by other people's expectations, your decisions become much clearer. But the wolf teaches something else too. People often think wolves survive because they're aggressive. That's not true. Wolves survive because they're focused. When a wolf hunts, it isn't checking 10 different directions at once. It isn't getting distracted every few seconds. It commits. And that's the second lesson. Focus beats talent. Today, most people aren't losing because they're untalented. They're losing because their attention is scattered. 1 minute they're studying. The next minute they're scrolling. The next minute they're watching something completely unrelated. A distracted mind can never reach its full potential. The wolf understands something many humans forget. Energy follows attention. Where your focus goes, your results follow. And then there's the third lesson: patience. A wolf doesn't chase every opportunity. It doesn't waste energy running after everything it sees. It waits, observes, moves when the moment is right. Humans often do the opposite. We rush. We panic. We want results immediately. But most meaningful achievements take time. Skills take time. Strength takes time. Success takes time. The wolf reminds us that patience is not weakness. It's controlled power. And finally, the most important lesson: resilience. Winter comes. Food becomes scarce. Conditions become difficult. Yet the wolf keeps moving. Not because it's fearless. Not because it's always motivated. Because stopping is not an option. This is where most people struggle. They rely on motivation. The wolf relies on persistence. When motivation disappears, it continues. When conditions become difficult, it adapts. When things don't go according to plan, it keeps moving forward. And that's why the wolf method isn't really about wolves. It's about how you respond to life. Know who you are. Protect your focus. Be patient. Keep moving forward. Because the strongest people aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the most talented. They're often the people who refuse to quit. The people who stay true to themselves when everyone else is trying to fit in. The people who keep moving when others stop. Maybe that's why wolves have always fascinated humans. Not because they're wild, but because they represent something many people lose as they grow older: freedom. And in a world constantly trying to tell you who to be, that might be the most valuable trait of all.